In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, almost nothing is new. We have already explored places around the world and the universe, different historical periods, time travel and other realities. It is really very difficult to create something new that is truly remarkable, so, in this way, it was up to Marvel to explore its own possibilities and better work on the dynamics of its characters and its plot. This strategy could work out very well if Marvel took its films more seriously, working more intensely on its own capabilities in this vast field of activity that it has control over. And, even though it took more than 30 films to work on concepts and ideas, we still have the impression that, especially at this stage of the films, everything seems to be a bit rushed. Marvel Formula. This is a consequence of the Marvel formula that apparently took shape at the time of the first Avengers, taking on a fast food role where it seems to focus more on causing pleasure hormones in the public's brain in the form of quick jokes, weightless action and fan service, rather than have genuine quality. And the Marvels is a great example of this. Nick Fury no longer needs to be the link between the heroes, he can just be a guy tired of the world around him and who just allows himself to give orders in the most natural way possible and make certain humorous comments. Did Kamala Khan's family have their home destroyed in an alien invasion? No problem. This is fixed in time between one film and another. Anyone remember Celestial's fingers and head sticking out of the center of the Earth? If a character makes a heroic sacrifice, we can only hope they end up in some other reality. It appears that death is no longer an option in the MCU. We no longer fear for those characters. The last time was, perhaps, in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. But see, none of that is exactly bad. In other words, if there were more calm and more detail in the events, we would have more time to digest what we see. But you can't expect a refined taste from a fast food burger, right? Agile and fun? However, once we understand the Marvel way of being, we can enjoy the Marvels. It's everything we expected, fun relationship between the protagonists, generic villain and space plot that always seems to be a lifeless version of what we see in Guardians of the Galaxy. Seriously, what sets a new planet apart is a place where everyone sings all the time. But okay, remember, Marvel's style of being. Marvel, except for event films like Avengers or Spider-Man, No Return Home, tends to be a universe of afternoon session films. Marvel's is an excellent pastime, agile, fun and, despite involving the fate of entire civilizations, shallow. Turn off your brain and maybe you can have fun. Brie Larson's Carol Danvers remains the same, she tries to be smart like Tony Stark but without the charisma. And I swear she can enter a sun but burns her finger messing with the electrical part of the ship itself. Teyonah Parris Monica Rambeau is blank throughout the film and has almost no personality. It looks more like a script shortcut to explain scientific inventions in the form of people with powers. But it is visible that the actress tries to express stone water in her performance. Iman Vellani is the soul of the film. You can see how much fun the writers had writing her lines and how much fun she had acting. The character's happiness in being part of that universe reflects the actress's excitement. I just don't know how she would do in another type of role. However, there is a certain dynamic moment between the three characters that was supposed to try to express some emotion, but it just made the three actresses look very amateurish. But clearly the fault lies more with the direction than with them or the script. Finishing. Nia DaCosta's direction is another commonplace in the MCU, like the Ant-Man films, for example. The CGI remains weak and lazy in many moments. But what really draws the most attention is the post-credit scene that really pushes the envelope towards the end of production and only serves to show that the film is not entirely episodic. In the end, The Marvels is just a cliché of the Marvel formula that manages to entertain us unpretentiously.